Firstly, I want to add the whole Breath of the Wild thing. I honestly don't get why people think it's overrated. Like it's a genuine fun game. It's a lovely breath of fresh air. Modern,
No one
modern
disagrees, though.
fun.
No pun intended.
No,
Yeah.
I think Brian, no one disagrees, but it's gonna make a lot of people's lists of game of the
Oh,
generation.
of course, yeah.
And
See, I don't understand either. Like, I'm with Brian. I'm not gonna try and speak for him.
Like I have played it like for quite a bit. Managed to do two of the I don't know what the hell they're called. Two of the
Trials.
statue thingamajigs.
Sure.
I did two
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah, I did two of those, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I liked how it wasn't just like trying to like prod me and say, okay, I must do this, I must do that, I must do this. It's kind of like, hey, here's the thing. Go do whatever you want. You want to kill the boss? Go kill the boss. You want to explore? Go and explore. You want to like run around, see what's behind that rock? Go and see behind what's that rock. You know?
Oh, and God forbid you can climb that rock.
Exactly. It's a nice game where it's like you can literally go wherever you want. Like, hey, you want to climb up this tree? Like, there's nothing up here, or is there? It's like, I don't know. Like, should I not? And then just find something. Again, it's the joy of exploring and finding stuff. Like, I thought that was just fantastic. It's not like Assassin's Creed or any other game was like, hey, here's a map, here's a bunch of waypoints. Go look at things. Like, oh, this area has a question mark. I wonder what's here. It's like, I don't really care because you told me that something's there. So it ruins the fun, you know? I like discovering stuff, like go around the corner and saying, this is what's here, or this is what's there. Or suddenly just turn around a bend and saying, I've managed to go back to where I was, or this is the other side of this tower, you know? Like it's the discovery. I managed to find that one trial that was on top of like the bottomless pit, purely because I was just dicking around. You know? It's like it's the wonder of discovery. And the weapon fragility, I get it to some extent, I just wish it wasn't as bad. I understand why they do it. It's like they try and get you to like use more weapons and try stuff out, which is again, it's a good idea that they want you to do that, but I think they just break way too fast for my liking. It's just to the point where I was like, okay, I'll have like 2 or 3 swords or 2 or 3 weapons that I'll use for like the main battles, and those I just throw away and I don't care. And then I'll have like 2 or 3 weapons where like these are like I kill shit with this. So hence I'll leave them there just in case there's like a guardian just come around the corner or something, you know. So that's how I played. Yeah.
No, I
Now-
agree with Brian. It's a nice game.
Yeah. By the way, Brooklyn Bear says that Brian just described Death Stranding.
Oh shit!
He says to him, because I talked to him, he says for him the joy of exploring is why he loved Death Stranding so much.
If that's the case, then that's the case. You know. Again.
But yeah, the reason why I think it's overrated though, like I agree, it's a good game, but people like it has a 97 on Metacritic. It's like that's
what?
That doesn't really mean anything, though. Let's just be real.
well, that adds to the hype. That adds.
Oh, it does. It definitely does.
See, here's the thing. You guys are a very specific type of gamer that hates curiosity and exploring and having fun on your own.
guys.
What's with this? Hate is a strong word.
Literally,
Hate-
everybody on this podcast needs to have the game tell them the story because they can't make up their own. Other than
Really?
We're getting to the part we thought we were gonna get to. Let's do this.
Oh.
Real now, baby.
Oh, you got nannies,
tell
man.
me the last open world game that you played without an objective. Tell me the last time you made your own fun in a game. Tell me the last time you did something not because there was a trophy, not because the game would even recognize it, not because there was even a story, but just because it was fun. Like throwing a shovel at an NPC.
Don't freak out Wildlands. First one, you can turn everything.
Sea of Thieves.
You guys all bailed on me after like a week.
Yeah, Carlos, that's a bad example, bro. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna skip right to it. That's exactly why I didn't like this game. I want fucking question marks on my map. I don't want to go on YouTube and find those secrets. I want this shit right there so I could go find it myself. I don't have time for that shit. That exploring stuff that was nice 20 years ago when I had more patience for it. I don't want to deal with that shit more. Tell me where all the cool shit is, and I'll go to it myself, and I'll find out what's there. You know, when I get there. That I don't want to deal with that bullshit.
That is fine. That is fine. I'm not talking shit when I say that none of you guys like that, but none of you guys like going and making your own fun in a game. None of you guys enjoy a blank slate in which you have to.
Well, you know, if you want to go, if you want to go make your own fun, then go play outside.
Dude, what do you think sandbox games are?
No, I mean you're gonna pay like 20. You're gonna pay 24 or $60 to go make your own fun. Go play out fucking side. Make a fucking sandcastle.
Dude, I can't build a real castle outside. I can't club down enemies and fight tigers.
Go make a sandcastle. Go jump on the swing. You know, that's where you can make your own fun.
No, sandbox games are where you can make your own fun.
If you're gonna be playing the game, you're gonna be paying money for this shit. Come on.
Man, you act like the idea of being transported to a different world where you could, like, imagination itself isn't important. Like, oh,
imagination. Okay, so imagination with a game. Imagination with a game. A game that supposedly has. Then why put graphics? Let's just put a text detector on the screen.
Dude, you're arguing against Dungeons and Dragons right now. You realize that, right?
Man,
like,
we got drug wars.
Yo, Brett, I just told you earlier we were playing Atari games where you had to pretend that the fucking box art was what you were looking at on the fucking TV, man. That took a lot of imagination. I'm like, yo, this painting is that square over there.
That's the square over there. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can do it. You have done it, but like
you don't need to do it if you're paying $60 for a game. No,
yeah, come on, man.
Tell me where the fun is.
It's like going to a movie and expecting to move and imagining your own fucking movie. That doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense.
Cut the bitch. Cut the bitch.
You're discounting the idea that you can suspend rules of reality, change. Like, I can't go to space, Manny. I can't. Playing a survival game where I'm trying to, or I live in
you
space.
didn't take enough acid. Listen, you can't go to space. You can't. Yeah.
Like Ark. I loved Ark. Is there a point to Ark? Fucking no. And it's turned out to be a garbage game, but I had fun in it because it was an island with dinosaurs. Go nuts. Like, okay, so we built a base, and then we started gathering resources, and we started warring with other tribes, and it organically built its own story. I have so many stories I can tell from that game, from the time that the fucking T-Rex just busted its face into our cabin when we were only 3 people big, to the way that we, ultimately went down, taking down an entire server with us. Like, it was an awesome game, and it made for awesome stories, but none of these stories were pre-written.
It's just different strokes for different people, right? Like, look, your Joy Ghost of Tsushima now. That's a narrative based on historical stuff. All I had to do was see Tony jank some dude in like 3 seconds in a duel. He fucking cut a bitch, and I was like, "Yep, I'm there. I want to do that."
And the game doesn't start with any question marks. You have to clear the fog of war, and a question mark only pops up if you ride past something that you missed. So the game isn't telling you everywhere to go and what to do. There's still a good amount of exploring. I spend so much time just riding down the road, killing Mongol convoys and rescuing people, and that's how I get
the division has fog.
Wow. But here's the thing. The beauty of Ghost of Tsushima, right? There's shit in the world that tells you where to go. The bird, the fox, like things tell you where to go, and I appreciate that. I don't want to just be left to my own devices. Tell me where to fucking go, please. I don't have patience.
We're not arguing the validity. Both games have their place. I was just making the statement that.
Oh, I agree with your statement, bro.
Like a narrative-led game, they don't see the value in a sandbox.
I do see the value. It's just not for me. Okay. I see the value. I completely see the value. If you're more an imaginative gamer and shit, like, I totally see the value. I just don't want to deal with that shit. I used to do it. I used to make my own fun in GTA San Andreas. I used to make all my fucking games. I did that already. I'm done with that. Tell me what to do.
Okay, but Tony, see, but that's fine. But like the real sandbox games, you don't have to make your own fun. It's a very clear line of progression, man. Like, you want to advance your technology. You want to build your base. You want to keep yourselves away from the wild animals. You want to arm yourselves with rare materials so that you can get to the harder parts of the island or wherever you're at to get rare materials to build up so that you can be stronger than the tribe next to you. And that's going to create issues. When you put 12 people on an island that's big enough for 5 people, there's going to be fucking story. That's literally how fucking reality shows get all their drama. Drama happens. Stories happen. And I think a lot of people don't recognize that as like, oh, I had this happen in the game, but that's just me. I just imagined it. No, you didn't imagine it. Everything happened in the game. There was no imagining to Ark. None whatsoever. I didn't have to imagine anything. I just fight
It's
dinosaurs.
it's the idea that you're a sandcastle, regardless of the situation's always going to get kicked over.
So you mean
You build your sandcastle, right? And what happens? There's either going to be some dickhole who's going to come over and stomp on it. The water is going to come and blow. The water is going to come and erode it.
Wash it away.
Wash it away.
That is why I love it, Manny. Because in every other game, you have this terrible power creep that's based on some magical fucking armor that you then get, and you learn all these special techniques from just running. Like, you learn how to throw knives from riding a horse long enough, which makes no sense.
Everybody wants a sim. Shit, people just want to go and fuck shit up.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There are two ways that you can make a game, and I've had this conversation with many people. You can have it where you have an inevitable power creep, which is why every single fucking sequel, the idea is, oh no, the main protagonist lost all their tools and or skills. Like that, you have to take it away. There is no way in anything, in any situation, thematic, organic, no matter any way, that you're not going to see a power creep. And the other option is to have that. And to have that taken away, and a lot of the video games use that for you. That's when you wake up, you're like, oh, I'm not as powerful as I am in the last game. That power creep needs to be cut short at some point, and I don't mind if it's because another player blew up half my castle. Cool, I'm gonna rebuild my castle, and now I'm at war with this motherfucker. Like, that's the story. I don't mind being set back, because being set back is the only other option to the eventual Dragon Ball Z power creep, I'm going to sneeze and blow up the planet kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, how fucking powerful is Master Chief at this point? Like, he's pretty much...
He just has a fucking gun and throws some grenades. Yeah, he doesn't change. He doesn't have drones or anything. It's just the same old dude, just RoboCop in space.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Saying that, like, just because... like, you guys don't understand why Breath of the Wild got a 97.
No, I do understand. I do understand. I understand.
I understand.
I totally understand.
But at least for me, I feel like it's overrated. I
agree.
I think yes, it's a good enough game. It does what it does. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people give it a little bit too much, more than I think it really deserves.